Facebook was restricted. Again, I've been using all kinds of foul language on Facebook. Today I went to the Canadian consulate in Osaka. Google Maps told me it was open. The Canadian consulate is permanently closed. When I was in Tokyo, I looked it up. It was open. Now it's permanently closed, but there was an honorary consulate. I followed the map's directions. It took me to like a construction zone. It was in an industrial park. I walked like over 2 hours to get there. Earlier this morning, I realized the liberal leadership race ends on March 9th, and that's how long my Facebook account has been restricted till March 9th. There was a guy at the internet cafe where I was staying in Tokyo. He kept dropping my internet connection. It was really annoying. It was really, really annoying. And anyway, I called him. I posted a video. I took a video of him. I got a snapshot of his face. I posted the video to Facebook, and it got removed because I called this guy a faggot. Some faggot stalker. Anyway, I changed my Facebook account to reflect the fact that I'm currently in Tokyo. Well, no, I'm in Osaka now. I changed it when I was in Tokyo. But anyway, I guess the administration that locked me up for wrong speech on at least several occasions. Well, anyway, Justin Trudeau is not gonna be prime minister after March 9th. Justin Trudeau. Fuckhead. Fuckhead faggot. I'm pretty sure at some point, I don't know, Sophie Gregoire looks familiar to me. I can't quite place her. I think she's 45. I'll have to look it up after. I'm pretty sure I fucked that bitch at some point. And I'm also pretty sure she was miserable. I'm pretty sure I don't want her back. Hang on, let me look it up right now. I know that bitch. And I think I took a video of her in Tokyo. I think she was wearing a pink jacket. Sophie. Sophie Grégoire Trudeau. How old is this bitch? 49. $165 centimeters. Yeah, I think this is Savannah. Marie Michel. I know her and I know her sister. Marie Michel and her sister was Anne Sophie. Her sister was a skinny bitch, but she was taller. 165 cm. That's exactly the same height as Savannah. I'm pretty, and yeah, and Marie Michel, I also, I fucked her when I was in Thailand. And I let her sit on my face. We did a 69. I almost came in her mouth. I had to get her to stop, and then I barebacked her. I came in her pussy. Marie Michel. Marie Michel. I wrote about a redhead from her at my dad's in Hull, and I don't know. Everybody was telling me that I was supposed to hit on her sister, but Marie Michel spent a lot of time with me. We got on really well. We were just friends. She told me she had a boyfriend. At some point, we were alone in my dad's place, and there was like a thunderstorm. And she invited me to her room to watch the thunderstorm out the window. And that's what I did. I watched the thunderstorm with her. I don't know if I was 14 or 15. I think her sister was 14. I don't remember exactly. I've been told this bitch is 45. 45 this year. 3 years older than me. She was born in 1980. Same age as my sister. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the bitch at Shoppers that I never talked to, I don't know if that's Eve Jobs or Anne Sophie. Very similar, just a tall model looking bitch. Anyway, we'll see if my foul language continues to get restricted on Facebook. Facebook is no longer allowing me to export my content to Google Drive. Canada's giving me the runaround. But the good news is, so I've been following the poll tracker. The Canadian media, which receives a subsidy from the Trudeau administration, is saying that the Liberals are on the upswing and everything's going to be fine for the Liberals. But take a look here. And flip the camera here. These are the polls. And when we look, see, there's some polls that seem to be wildly different. ECOS, I don't know who, EKOS, ECOS, and Ipsos. They seem to think, ECOS and Ipsos seem to think that the Liberals have got this. The Liberals are going to win the election. And then there's Abacus Data, Nanos Research, innovative research and Ledger that are all suggesting that the conservatives have a massive lead. They have over 40% of the popular vote, according to these polls. The way the Canadian government election system works, if you have 40% of the popular support around the country, you win 60% of the seats. 40% popular support because of the way the parties are split, the NDP and the Liberals and the Bloc Québécois. Anyway, long story short, you like Doug Ford, the leader of the Conservatives. I didn't check the results of the most recent election, but I remember when he first came into office, he had 40% of the popular support, and he won 60% of the seats. If you have 40% of the popular support, you win a majority government. Right now, the Conservatives, according to the majority of the polls, are nearing 40%. In one poll, they're at 43%. Anyway, I made some rather disparaging comments about Mark Carney on Facebook. I'll say he can't possibly, well, anyway, whatever. What I've understood is that Sophie Grégoire is my ex-girlfriend, and she was a miserable cunt. And I had a good laugh at her at the works last year before I came to Japan. A few days before I came to Japan, I posted a video of her dressed like a slut. In that video, she calls me useless. And then I posted a picture of her with very fierce eyes. And then I went to eat a poutine, and I laughed. I laughed like a fucking madman. It was amazing. So that's E number 1. Cunt head. Some cunt head fucking ex-girlfriend that follows me all over the fucking planet. I don't know how to explain this. I don't want this bitch back. I don't care how much money she's got. At this point, I'd rather... Generally, I'd like to meet a new bitch that would like to open a school with me. We could teach English. I could teach English in our living room. She could teach yoga or some other bullshit. I don't know. Generally, I've understood that, well, before I made a joke about artificial intelligence. I was harassed in Nepal when I was trying to chill out. Some faggots called me Hitler. A British guy and a guy with a spray tan called me Hitler when I was trying to chill out in Nepal. And some guy's wife shook my hand, and her hand was wet, and I got sick that night. I got the COVID, I guess. I got some flu. These people keep making me sick. I made a joke also. That's what a cunt is. Something that makes you sick. I made that joke about my ex-girlfriend who happens to be Jenny Kim. She made me throw up once. Anyway, they called me Hitler. So then when I went back to Canada and I made a joke, I posted a video from Good Work by, I guess, a colleague of mine named Dan Toomey. And I said, the video was, what do investment bankers do? And then my comment on Facebook was, how many Jew bankers did Hitler terminate? I got arrested 2-3 days after I posted that. I got arrested. I didn't think to ask for any documentation. I didn't check to see if the cops actually had guns. I think they might have just been faggots. 2 bitches and some dude came to my house and they told me that they had an order to take me to the hospital. So I've been arrested many times. My psychiatrist was my ex-girlfriend. She's the one who diagnosed me as schizophrenic. I do have mental health challenges. I have post-traumatic stress disorder from dating so many cunts. And I have identity dissociative identity disorder. Sometimes I don't recognize people's faces when I'm talking to them. I know them. I know their faces, and I definitely know their voices, but I don't. I talk to them. I make comments like I recognize them, but as I'm speaking to them, I have no idea who the fuck I'm talking to. I call it brain damage. I have brain damage from knowing a lot of shitty fucking people. And anyway, I guess, well, we'll see. We'll see if I'm pretty sure Mark Carney's gonna win the Liberal leadership race, and he's gonna be prime minister. So government's coming back. They've been prorogued or whatever. They've been prorogued until March 13th or 15th. There's gonna be a vote of non-confidence. I don't know exactly when that's gonna happen. Is it gonna happen on the 13th or the 15th? Mark Carney's gonna be prime minister for about 2 months. Canadian elections are 6 weeks. Mark Carney's gonna be prime minister for around 2 months. And then the Conservatives are gonna win a majority. But not according to Ecos and Ipsos. Ipsos and Ecos predict that it's a dead heat. And Nanos Nanos Research. Anyway, don't listen to the Canadian media. Trudeau has given them, I don't know, a lot of money to support journalism because the internet is all clickbait now, and people who actually write articles are losing their jobs. Blah, blah, blah. And now it's all AI generated, probably. You just put in the clickbait title, you get a bullshit article that nobody's gonna read. You can probably, from the clickbait title, you can probably get a picture and an article at this point. Just a headline. You just write a headline. You can probably write a shitty headline, a description. Anyway, I'm sure there's all kinds of AI bullshit generation tools at this point. I'm very frustrated that my Facebook is being restricted by these faggots. But it's okay. I've done so much fucking damage to these people. I've done so much fucking damage to these people. I don't know. Generally, what I remember about my relationship with Savannah is that she would pick a fight with me almost every Friday evening, and then she would storm out, and she would come back Monday after work. She would just pick a fight with me on Friday, and then she'd be gone for the weekend. Eventually, I put all of her shit in boxes. This was my colleague Will's idea. I packed up all of her shit. I called my Italian friend Paolo. We took all of her shit to a youth hostel. I paid for 2 weeks, and then I went back home and I got a locksmith to change my fucking locks. And then she came and she carved "fuck you" in my door of my apartment. Psycho bitch. Just a whack, fucking dishonest, disloyal nigger cunt. And I got a lot of free pussy out of her, but she was a miserable bitch. She called me useless. And I don't want her back. I see her all the time. I saw her in Thailand. I saw her in a bunch of places. I don't want that bitch back. And recently in Tokyo, I called her a cunt. I don't know. I'm not trying to get between her and her faggot husband. Not at all. Not at all. I wish he could figure out how to keep that bitch away from me. But my scout badges at this point, I mean, I got the Captain Picard merit badge. I got the Model 101 Terminator 2 model badge. I got the John Connor merit badge. I got the Darth Vader merit badge. else? Tyler Durden. I got the Tyler Durden merit badge. I've basically I'm a living meme. I'm I, I'm a living God meme. I'm a living God meme. I'm a living God meme. I got the Buddha merit badge. I feel satisfied with my level of awakening. I feel like the way that Buddhism works is basically like this. I've covered this on Facebook already, but what you do is you sit on a mountaintop and you feel really really shitty about all of the suffering in this world. And then if you feel sufficiently shitty about what a bunch of cunts everyone is, you become awakened. And then when you die, you don't come back because you have broken the cycle of death and rebirth. Nirvana is the end of reincarnation. It is a liberation from suffering. It's the end of your consciousness. Just no more dealing with cunts and their faggot boyfriends. It's just not your fucking problem anymore. You die, you don't come back because you awakened yourself by contemplating the suffering in this world and how fucking utterly worthless everyone else is. After I said that, I realized that if you went back and read my blog, which is still available on archive.org, you can see that I spent a lot of time contemplating the suffering in this world, and that I wrote various solutions to most of the world's problems. And I really, I said life is like a soap opera that's been going on for billions of years. Some of us know some of the backstory, but nobody really has any idea what's going on. And blah blah blah, our mortality is what makes everything we do so elegantly pointless. And then I start talking about quantum computers and concurrent processing of every possible permutation of, let's say, a cryptographic key or an AI neural net, every possible permutation of configurations of a neural net. And I talked about a computer that could answer any question in an instant. Right now we're doing this with training data and GPUs. It's highly parallel processing, but it's not, it costs millions of dollars, and I think it takes several months to crunch that amount of data. Anyway, other people can raise capital to do R&D on my ideas, and the Chinese are open sourcing it with DeepSeek, which I find very satisfying, because I wrote in my book that I wanted it to be open source. So anyway, if I had to guess, I posted some pictures of some stalker bitch who might be my psychiatrist. Some whack fucking cunt is really obsessed with me, and I'm pretty sure it's one of my ex-girlfriends. But when I was fucking her, she had black contacts in her eyes. I keep refraining from saying she had black eyes because black eyes in English, for my English language students, a black eye means you got punched in the eye and you have like a bruise around your eye. That's a black eye. And there's a joke. What do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Nothing, because you already told her twice. But when in this context, I mean that she had black contact lenses, colored contact lenses that made. She decorated herself to look Chinese. I had no idea I was fucking a white bitch. I ain't never fucked a white bitch. Apparently, I fucked quite a few, but I had no idea. And they were all mean. These white bitches that were painted Chinese, they all treated me like shit. Blah, whatever. Fuck those cunts. So now I'm trying to figure out why my Facebook account is restricted. And since it has been restricted only to March 9th, I'm guessing it has something to do with some stalker cunts and a bunch of private investigators. There was a lady who came, a fat bitch. She took me to the zoo to watch the pandas, Xiao Xiao and Lei Lei. And at some point she said, look at the pigeons. Pigeons. There's a bunch of private investigators that are vacuuming my data and keeping an eye on me because I don't want to fuck my ex-girlfriend. You know? I don't know what I guess there's I guess the women involved in my past have the money. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. If I was a rich dude and there was a dude on the internet who was constantly talking about how my wife is a cunt and he wants a new bitch, I would not be spending money to privately investigate this guy. I would be privately investigating my wife instead. I'd keep that bitch in a cage. I'd take her for walks in the park with a leash around her fucking neck. But anyway, I don't want this bitch back. I'm not jealous. She's a cunt. And both of them are in their 40s. As a sister, sure, 1 year younger. And I guess Savannah is gonna be 45 this year. And I don't want this bitch. I don't want this bitch. I gave her when we were in Thailand, I gave her $60 for a pretty good massage, a decent, an okay massage, 69, and a bareback fuck. I came in her pussy, and we made out. I didn't know who I was fucking, but the way we made out, and then I saw her the next day. She came with her friend. I saw her the next day, and I realized, oh yeah, I know this bitch, but I didn't know who it was when I was staring at her. I figured it out later. It was weird. There's a long history on Facebook and also in my book, which you can find at sovereignprime.org. You can also find most of my history at sovereignprime.org. I posted a link to it. My book is Quantum Animal, and all of my most recent Facebook publication. I published all my Facebook data. That's behind the link. There is only one cloud. And now Facebook is not transferring my data to Google Drive anymore. Don't know why. Maybe they're gonna transfer it to Google Drive on March 9th. Maybe I've said something revelatory. The last export that completed to Google Drive was on February 1st, I think, February 1st or 2nd. And I have it set to transfer all my data on a monthly basis. But it hasn't done it this month. And then Facebook told me that they're gonna delete all my datas on June 28th. There's a porn star named June Liu. I posted her picture of her and another chick sucking this guy's dick. She was on Pornhub. And I know that bitch. And there's another dumb cunt. Anyway, I made a funny joke last year. Before I had a lot of really good laughs. It reminds me of when I used to go to Munchies as I was writing the original version of my book, and I was laughing like a madman. Last year I had similar experiences. I went to the works, I ate some trash, and I was laughing like a madman. My dad was arguing with me. He was trying to shame me about the fact that I fuck hookers, and he said, "How much do you pay?" And I said, "Less than you, faggot. I negotiate. I don't buy these bitches' cars. I ain't never bought a bitch a fucking Toyota Corolla. I ain't never bought a bitch a Porsche or a pink Ferrari. I remember the bitch at Shoppers showed up. There was a bitch at Shoppers with black hair, and then there was another bitch who showed up looking exactly like Eileen Gu with light brown, sandy blonde hair. Sandy blonde, I guess, is the color of wet sand. Light brown, sandy blonde hair. Auburn hair. She showed up with auburn hair in a green t-shirt and shorts, loose fitting. Right after I posted that picture, I said I posted a picture of a pink Ferrari, but it wasn't pink, it was magenta. I said I feel like this is a pink Ferrari. Some mistress's car. A man would not buy a pink Ferrari for himself. I don't think so. I look at a pink Ferrari and I say, that's a mistress's car. And I made that joke on Facebook, and then some tall, skinny bitch showed up, and I didn't want to go near her. I think that might be my neighbor. I think my neighbor was wearing a fat suit. I forget what color. I had a neighbor, Alex, and her boyfriend was named Nelson. I think she was wearing a fat suit. I think that's like a white bitch. Not at all Chinese. Totally not Chinese. And anyway, whatever. I made a lot of jokes at these people's expenses. I made a joke about eating shit and dying nasty. It was a reference to an Art of War documentary where they were talking about how the Viet Cong had nothing to eat but leaves from the jungle. And my comment was, eat shit and die nasty. I helped the Republicans to kick the shit out of the Democrats last year. And now I'm debating, do I want to go to Thailand? My passport is expiring in August. I can get a visa on arrival in Thailand. I could fly to Bangkok. Maybe try to get a new passport there. Or I could fly back to Canada. Or North America somewhere. Maybe where the weather's nicer and weed is legal. Anyway, I could fly back to North America to provide more social commentary about why the liberals need a shit kicking. I also feel that I could do a pretty decent job, just not in the same time zone. I could do that from Thailand. I don't know. I'm not gonna get a new passport in Japan. Do I want to get a passport issued from Bang KOK? Just the other day, Netflix wanted me to watch One Punch Man. Reminds me of a time I knocked out a Jew nigger Fagatino with one punch. Thought he was an expert martial artist. He was choking me, so I punched him, and then he fell down like a faggot. Bang KOK. That'll be the city from which my passport gets issued. Or I could go back to Canada to be in Canada while I talk shit about the liberals. The advantage of doing this from Canada is that you could watch a live stream of me being arrested for wrong speech once again. It'll be the 9th or 10th time I get arrested in Canada because of shit I post on social media. Hostels are cheaper in Thailand, but weed is super expensive. It's like $20 a joint. I don't know, I have to think about it. Right now, it's between Canada and Thailand. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go. I have to leave Japan before April 1st. I feel somewhat interested in going back to Canada, although I don't want to be locked up in a mental hospital. I'm pretty sure these people are playing with my asshole when they drug me. They force me to take Haldol or whatever it is. They inject me. They say I have no choice. If I don't agree to the injection, they're gonna call a team of orderlies and they're gonna pin me down. So basically, I have no bodily autonomy. in the Canadian mental health care system. And by the way, I've been saying for years and years that I'm from the 51st state of America. I was making that joke for various reasons. Number one, Canada does 80% of its trade with the US. And number two, NORAD and various other cooperations essentially make me also, I don't need a visa to go to the US. They don't stamp my passport with a date that I have to leave before. I rock up at the border. I show them my passport. They let me in. Almost as though I were an American. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but now, because of my experience with the Canadian mental health care system, because I've been arrested so many times for wrong speech, and I'm pretty sure there was one time I woke up with a bloody asshole. I'm pretty sure they drugged and raped me at least once. I don't know if it was rape or a dildo. I'm not sure. Were they just fucking with my head? It doesn't matter. It was highly, highly, highly inappropriate and fucked up. And it was a betrayal of a human rights act. The greatest Canadian that ever lived. I'm more magical than fucking Jesus. I don't give a shit. I'm the greatest person these people have ever met, and all they do is shit on me because they're jealous. So now I think generally I'm supportive of the Trump tariffs. I'm supportive of making that joke a reality. When I've been saying for years and years and years, the whole time I was in China, people, when I go to a networking event that ask me, where am I from? Especially when I was talking to Americans, I would say, I'm from the 51st state of America. And they would say, Guam, Puerto Rico. I would say, no, I'm from Canada. It's a joke. I'm from Canada. There's only 50 states. I'm from Canada. But now I think I'm definitely supportive because in the US, if you don't have insurance, the mental hospital, they want to kick you out as soon as they can because they're not getting paid, you see. In Canada, they take your health cards and they get paid $1,500 a night just for the bed. A room at the Chateau Laurier in Ottawa costs $300. That's a 5-star hotel. It's a castle. $300 a night for a room at the Chateau Laurier. For $1,500, I could have a room at the Chateau Laurier and I could have a stripper for the whole night. And I would have $200 left over for room service. And that would be consensual. I would not mind like, oh, we're concerned about your mental health, so we're gonna take you to the Chateau Laurier and we're gonna have a hot bitch look after you. She's gonna do whatever you want. Okay, no problem, no problem. But when you take me to a mental hospital to have me insulted by retards and assaulted by retards, and you knock me out, and I don't know what you're doing to me when I'm asleep, it's totally not consensual. Also, you take my phone away so I can't tell everybody what bullshit you're putting me through. You're basically you're kidnapping me because you want to stop me from posting shit on social media. In the US, a cop would just fucking shoot you. Fuck you, nigger. Right? And it's an upgrade. They have an upgraded system in the US. Some cop would just say that you were behaving menacingly and he would shoot you 15 fucking times and that would be the end of it. Fuck. Ugh. They don't force mental health care on you if you don't have insurance and you don't want it. Unless, I mean, probably unless there might be some convoluted side channel with criminally insane people or whatever. They probably have some parallel to the Canadian Ontario Review Board system, not criminally responsible, blah blah bullshit. Maybe Medicaid would pay for it, I'm not sure. But generally, I'm just so disgusted with how I was treated because I'm the best. And because of the way I was treated in Canada, I want to help Trump to make Canada the 51st state of America. And I also want to help the conservatives to kick the shit out of the liberals. I don't know if I need to be in Canada. I've been arrested like 8 or 9 times already in Canada for wrong speech. I don't know if I need to be in Canada to do this. I don't I don't know if I need to subject myself to more non-consensual injections and blah blah bullshit. But weed is legal. Hostels are super expensive. It's complicated. It's complicated. I'm leaning towards Thailand. I'll get a passport from Bangkok. I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. Just, I don't know. There's some ex-girlfriends I don't want. And I guess one of their husbands is Justin Trudeau, and I suspect we have seen Justin on Pornhub. I suspect we have seen Justin fucking Savannah on Pornhub. But I don't remember which video. It doesn't matter, it's not important. Just a bunch of whack fucking psycho sociopaths. I posted a video recently with Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. And Alex Jones is not well regarded in the journalistic community. He says shit like the world is led by reptilian beings and stuff like that. He said a lot of crazy shit on Joe Rogan as well. But the thing with Alex Jones is if you substitute certain words in his bullshit, what he's saying actually makes a tremendous amount of sense. If you substitute the word reptilian for sociopath. Like two-faced, like these people wear masks, they're two-faced, and they're sociopaths. Yeah, yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. You can get colored contacts, you can dye your hair or buy a wig. I'm sure there's ways of putting latex on your face to alter your appearance. Uh, and the world is led by niggers with 50 different fucking passports. I'm like, for example, Barack Obama, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Ben Stiller. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think those are all the same people. I've known them as Will Stevenson and Kevin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't believe everything I say. I'm not sure. But the people on TV don't look quite the same in real life. And they are definitely sociopaths. And I'm pretty sure Sophie Grégoire Trudeau is my ex-girlfriend, and she is a fucking psycho. She is fucking whack. She is batshit fucking crazy, that bitch. And I don't know, unless like I walk into a fucking massage parlor intent on fucking whatever fucking bitch. Like if I'm in the shower washing my cock before a massage, and I tell myself, I'm just gonna fuck whatever shows up. Whatever fucking bitch gives me a massage, I'm just gonna fuck her. I don't care what she looks like. Right? If then at that point Sophie Grégoire Trudeau shows up and I don't recognize her, sure, I'll fuck her. But otherwise, I don't wanna fuck Justin Trudeau's wife. I don't. I really don't. And that's all I have to say about that.